Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on the Civic truck. It's a long time since we worked on the Civic truck. So today we're going to jump on it. I have David here helping me. He's the one that helped actually chop the roof, which was a lot easier than I thought. So we're going to start cutting up our boards that we're going to need for the bed. And we're going to show you guys how we're going to build the wooden floor. We got a couple good ideas. Hopefully they work out. Hopefully it looks nice. And we're going to move forward so we can get this driving within the next week or two, which is what I want to see. So let's get on with it. So we left off the Civic truck. We had the metal in and we had the plywood in the bottom. The plywood was just more of a support for what we're going to run our floor with. So the back bay is somewhat clean. We're going to get this in so I can get it stained, and then we're going to end up bedlining in here. Even on video, the color and the contrast of that wood against the root beer looks really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're working on this. We ended up having to put some supports this way just to cover up the nut inserts that we put down through the plywood. So that's why you'll see that there is supports, and it's going to give us more strength, like David was saying, right through here. So like that's now solid. So instead of having like a 2-inch gap there and having a board there, which could go like this, it's not going to do that now. So I guess we're going to find square, find center, square it, and then we're going to start working our way on how to do this. I think the stain that we got is just going to pop, man. So any gaps that we might have, because obviously this wasn't squared when we put it in, we are going to just use some silicone all the way around, or some seam sealer, I should say.
Keep that bottom corner towards me.
Towards you?
Yeah.
Oh, too much?
Should be fairly decent there. It's hard to go by because
that's been welded and it was only body metal and it was warped a little bit, and
yeah,
you can actually see it right there.
So I'm just trying to think, because on either side, actually I need to tape it. Use the tape. I'm gonna measure center and then put the middle board to that. Work your way that way.
That way it's the same on both sides.
Yeah.
So I think we said it was like 40. 48.
I'm gonna go from here to here, so it's 51 inches.
Okay. So 51 and 51 is 26. 25 and a half.
Yeah, 25 and a half is 51 inches.
Mark it here because I'll be staying in this anyways.
Yeah, 25 and a half.
Since we're going to be staining this wood.
This here is 50.
So 25?
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited already. It's so hard because this was never meant to be that way, right? Yeah. So like the back end could be in a little bit more. Well, it is. Because if you look at the gap here, which is the factory gap, and the gap here, that's factory.
Yeah.
So you have like a 3.5-inch gap there going down to like a 2.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any rails you make, it's a pain.
Alright.
You want a hammer to butt it across, or?
Nope, I use that one there.
Oh, you're putting that right on the, I get it, right in the center, right on the line. And then, there you go. Technically,
just a little more, a tiny bit more towards the driver's side.
Oh, right there.
Yep. Good here, so.
Screw those down? Well, we're going to screw those with the other screws.
I'd like to guess if you have any small ones, it'd be nice to just try to get them in there. Just a tack or even a brad nailer or something.
I have a brad nailer.
Yeah, this should be more than enough. And just one up that top.
There you go.
And that should be, actually stick one right in the center there.
So as you see, we're just pin nailing a couple brad nails in spot. That way it supports it, just so when we're moving it around, it's not gonna shift on us and the center stays the center, because we did square that off. We will end up screwing that in spot, obviously. This is a bad thing. It's gonna be a pain to do that. I'm not, it's still gonna look good no matter what. Like, you can't help that, that's the shape, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that David's using, I actually got off of like a Facebook ad. So it's like something that you're supposed to use for hard angles and stuff for trim, tile. So I figured it'd be a good thing to use on this box. So you'll see that we marked the upside of that because we were going to cut that out, but David had a really good idea, and we just took the buffing wheel on our grinder, and it's like a 40 grit, and we're just taking some of this off because that rises up. So we're just taking enough off so that will sit flat and it doesn't give us an uneven bed, which will make it be tighter and look nicer. Perfect. So like anything with this, it's trial and error, and this piece has gone in probably 6-7 times, and he's just trimming a little bit at a time, to get it to fit as tight as possible. There's gonna be a gap. There's nothing you can do to stop that, but we will seam seal around the whole thing before I bed line, and then I'll bed line down to it after it's been sanded and stained. Looking crazy already. Probably need to put a couple pins down through this one.
Yep.
Want me to do that now?
Yep.
Is that where you want it?
Put them through this too, so.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Want me to do both at the same time?
Yeah.
If you can. And then come. Want me to do it here? No, because you gotta put the thingy on. Whoa!
How many's left?
About 15. Our transitions to the center, which I think we're going to powder coat. That's up in the air. I think it's going to go candy purple to go along with the purple scheme. But for now, what we're going to do is we are going to sand out the mark on that side, and just where we cut, so we can actually put down some of the. That looks awesome. Wow. So we can actually put down the stain. So I can show you what color that David and I picked out. It was actually, I think it's going to pop. Jeff wasn't part of it because he had to work like a real person. Alright, so I'm gonna get sanded. So I'm just gonna wait for for Jeff to cut the last 2 pieces, and then I'm gonna stain this. This looks wild. Especially like when you can visualize, like you said, all the bed line there, so it's all one color.
Yeah.
My bed lining kit, I have enough to do an 8-foot box, so technically I would have enough to go all the way up if I wanted to.
Well, that way you wouldn't have to worry about chafing or anything either, too, right? And then causing a rust spot with the rubber or the plastic fucking chafing on it.
I think as it is with the plastic, I'm gonna have to drill holes and nut insert it so it screws into it so it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
Or a double-sided tape, but I wouldn't want it either.
Yeah.
This red should pop. Woo. Go with the grain?
Yeah.
Do I just do that, or do I like go the whole line?
Yeah, that should be good. It goes a fair bit of ways, right? It doesn't have to be soap, but that's gonna look bad. That's gonna look sick, man. I like that.
On camera, it's just... Oh, fuck yeah. So, as you guys see, we have the first coat, probably the only coat we're going to need of the actual stain. And then we'll put the polished pieces back in. And then, well, actually, we got to clear this. We'll probably put 2 coats of clear on it, depending on how it absorbs. We might put another coat of stain on it, depending on how it absorbs. So, we're going to leave it at this. The next video, which will be coming very shortly, I will take this all up. We'll have the clear already done, and then I'm going to bed line it all. And then it's time to finish off some body panels, do the head gasket, and get it running. It's time to get this on the road. What do you think, Jeff? So, huge shout out to David today. That's our carpenter, our local carpenter, that got it done. It looks really nice. I can't get over that. So, if you do see it, you can kind of see a white line here. You got to remember that our straps cover all that. So that's just like the groove part. So we won't see that anyways. Yeah, if you guys are new, subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you haven't followed this build, check it out at the very end of this video. You'll see the playlist of this. We took the sedan Civic and we made it into a Civic U. Thanks a lot, guys. So I think I'm gonna call this like bonus content because I didn't plan on doing this in this video, but I can't wait to put clear on this. So here it is though. Wow. Here it is right here. We're gonna get clear on this, guys, and then we're gonna call it an end. But like I just said, I can't wait. So I actually bought a decent brush just because I don't want any bristles in the clear. And I bought a gallon of gloss, which I think is gonna be way too much. But let's try it out. Well, I'm going to take 2 coats, maybe 3, I won't show that all the way through, but you can now see how deep and rich it's going to be, guys. Here's the extra outtake. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Next video, we are going to bedline it, and we're going to start doing head gasket, time belt, water pump, so we can finish up the motor, get it running, get it on the road, start driving this bad boy. Thanks a lot.